सुनाई दे रहा है? Just 1 second, guys. Okay, let us see the first question for the day. Let's wait for just 2 minutes, guys. And, I think you all got the class link. Okay, I need to give this link to students on here also. Okay, let's see the first question for the day. Which one of the following statements best reflects the chief purpose of the constitution of a country? It determines the objective for making of necessary laws. It enables the creation of political offices and a government. It defines the limits, the powers of government, and it secures social justice, social equality, and social security. Main purpose of the constitution. And जब भी क्वेश्चन आता है ना, प्लीज मेक श्योर you go through the question once more, ढंग से read the question properly before you can actually come into answer. Yeah, the answer is C. It defines and limits the powers of the government. The current constitution that we have is this. Next, consider the following statements in respect of the Constitution Day. Statement 1. The Constitution Day is celebrated on 26th November every year to promote constitutional values among citizens. Statement 2. On the 26th of November 1949, the Constituent Assembly of India set up a drafting committee under the chairmanship of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar to prepare a draft Constitution of India. Which one of the following is correct in respect of the above statements? Both statement 1 and statement 2 are correct, and statement 1 is correct explanation of statement 1 and statement 2. Statement 1 and statement 2 are correct, and statement 2 is not the correct explanation of statement 1. Statement 1 is correct, but statement 2 is incorrect, and statement 1 is incorrect, but statement 2 is correct. You check the answer and tell me what would be the answer. क्वेश्चन के लिए आंसर दो, एक दूसरे को हायल बाद में बोल देना. Yes, the answer is C. Yes, the answer is C. The Constituent Assembly statement 1 is correct, but statement 2 is is incorrect. Now, which of the following factors constitutes the best safeguard of liberty in a liberal democracy? A committed judiciary, a centralized power, elected government, or a separation of powers? What makes a liberal democracy? Or safeguards of liberty in a liberal democracy? UPSC gave this question in 2021. The answer is D. D for Delhi. Separation of powers. In fact, separation of powers, particularly of the legislature and the executive, is one of the main constitutive principles of a liberal democracy. Now, in a democracy, the executive must stay away from or must stay separated from from the legislative, and the legislative together must also be separated from the judiciary. The judiciary has to be independent. So, because the question is asking about liberty and liberal democracy, the answer is D. Okay. Next question. With reference to India, consider the following statements. There is only one citizenship and one domicile. The citizen by birth only can become the head of the state. A foreigner, once granted citizenship, cannot be deprived of it under any circumstance. Which of the following statements is or are correct? This you should be able to tell quite easily. These are previous year questions. Jagdish, these are previous year questions. The answer is A. Yep, fourth question answer is A. Citizen, not by citizen by birth, but anybody can, any citizen can become head of the state. You don't have the such discrimination. And yes, foreigner can be deprived of his allocated citizenship. What was the exact constitutional status of India on 26th January 1950? A democratic republic, a sovereign democratic republic, sovereign secular democratic, sovereign socialist secular democratic republic. On 26th January 1950. Mm. The answer is B. A sovereign democratic republic, because secular, socialist, these are ideals which were added in 1976. Okay, next, sixth question. The constitutional government means a representative government of a nation with a federal structure, a government whose head enjoys nominal powers, A government whose head enjoys real powers. A government limited by the terms of the Constitution. Okay, a constitutional government limited by the terms of the Constitution. Yes, answer is D. The preamble of the Constitution of India is part of the Constitution but has no legal effect, not part of the Constitution and has no legal effect either. A part of the Constitution has the same legal effect as any other part. A part of the Constitution but has no legal effect independently of other parts. Seventh question. Answer of seventh question is D for Delhi. Yes, part of the Constitution but has no legal effect independently of other parts. Other than fundamental rights, which of the following parts of the Constitution of India reflect or reflects the principles and provisions of Universal Declaration of Human Rights? Preamble, directive principles of state policy, fundamental duties. Select the correct answers using the codes given below. 1 and 2 only, 2 only, 1 and 3 only, 1, 2, 3. Eighth question. Eighth is D. D for Delhi. 1, 2, 3. Preamble, directive principles of state policy, and fundamental duties. All the three are correct. In the context of India, which one of the following is the characteristic appropriate for bureaucracy? An agency for widening the scope of parliamentary democracy, an agency for strengthening the structure of federalism, an agency for facilitating political stability and economic growth, an agency for the implementation of public policy. Vincent K. Gordon gave the concept of concept of bureaucracy. Yes, that's precisely right. Ninth question answer is D. An agency for the implementation of public policy. Yes. Mm, okay. CSA, you're right. Anshika, you're right. Jagdishwar, okay. Answer is Shivam, Sayyid, Nishka, or Nishika. Right. A constitutional government by definition is government by legislature, popular government, multi-party government, limited government. Now you understand how kind of easy the questions actually were for um, polity for some time, of course. आर्यन राइट. शिवम सही है. निशिका do not write. You're right. Answer is Tandy. Yes, a constitutional government is a government which is limited by its constitutional provisions. Yes, VATS 9629. You're also right. Yes. The ninth schedule was introduced in the Constitution of India during the Prime Ministership of Jawaharlal Nehru, Lal Bahadur Shastri, Indira Gandhi, Morarji Desai. 9th schedule, yes. Yes, 1959. 9th schedule is about land reforms. This is where we see also the coming of Land Sealing Act and all that. Redistribution of land. Naturally, Jawaharlal Nehru played a bigger role. Yes. Which of the following are regarded as the main features of rule of law? Limitation of powers, equality before law, people's responsibility to the government, liberty and civil rights. Select the correct answers using codes given below. 1 and 3, 2 and 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm sorry guys, I'm a little sick today. गला भी बहुत खराब है. तो regardless of what happens every day, एक सेशन तो मिनिमम होगा ही होगा अब से until 26th of May. We need to finish off PYQs. बहुत मस्ती हो गई. Prelims सर पे है. Twelfth answer is C for Chennai. Yes. Okay. Now, consider the following statements. The Parliament of India can place a particular law in the ninth schedule of the Constitution of India. The validity of a law placed in the ninth schedule cannot be examined by any court and no judgment can be made on it. Which of the following statements above is or are true? One only, two only, both one and two, none of them. Yes, the answer is A. The Parliament of India can place a particular law in the ninth schedule of the Constitution of India, but we must understand, guys, judicial review is a right that can be removed. That's why second option is wrong. Democracy is a superior virtue lies in the fact that it calls into activity the intelligence and the character of the ordinary men and women, the methods for strengthening executive leadership, a superior individual with dynamism and vision, a band of dedicated party workers. Thoda, please understand, over the days, every year this happens, you will get some, it will take some time for you to get used to these classes, even for me. So once we are used to these everyday PYQs, ये फिर आदत बन जाएगा. Until ये आदत बनेगा, we will have to keep on doing this. Okay. The answer, 14th answer is A, the intelligence and character of the ordinary men and women. The mind of the makers of the Constitution of India is reflected in which of the following? The preamble, the fundamental rights, the directive principles of state policy, and the fundamental duties. Um, some of you guys, you know these sessions. हम तो हर साल करते ही हैं कैसे भी. Answer is A, the preamble. Yes, the mindset of the makers of the Constitution of India is very clear in the preamble. Preamble was originally submitted as objectives resolution. Which of the following objectives is not embodied in the preamble of the Constitution of India? Liberty of thought, economic liberty, liberty of expression, liberty of belief. Um, yeah, perfect. 16th question. Answer is B, economic liberty. Economic liberty, yes. One of the implications of equality in the society is the absence of privileges, restraints, competition, and ideology. Nishika. सही है सही है. Privileges, privileges. Answer is A, 17th question. 18th question. The provisions of the 5th and 6th schedule of the Constitution are made to protect the interests of the scheduled tribes, determine the boundaries between the states, determine the powers, authority, and responsibility of the panchayats, protect the interests of all the border states. Who all are writing for 2026? Guys, if you're eligible for 2026, write for 2026. Don't plan for next year, 2027, 2028, 2020. वो कभी नहीं आएगा, I'm telling you. And look, get serious. You don't have time. अपने पास time नहीं है. Answer is A. 18th question. 19th question. Which one of the schedules of the Constitution of India contains provisions regarding anti-defection? Second schedule, fifth schedule, eighth schedule, 10th schedule. 19th question, 10th schedule. Yes, anti-defection law, anti-defection provisions are mentioned in the 10th schedule. The government enacted Panchayat Extension to Schedule Areas Act in 1996. Which of the following is not identified as its objective? To provide self-governance, to recognize traditional rights, to create autonomous regions in tribal areas, to free tribal people from exploitation. The answer is C. To create autonomous tribal regions in the tribal areas. It is actually not the purpose of PESA. वो तो अलग है ना. Tribals का schedule कौन सा है? Economic justice is as one of the objectives of Indian Constitution has been provided in the preamble of the fundamental rights, the preamble of the DPSP, fundamental rights of the DPSP. None of the above. Economic justice. Just 1 second, guys. Sorry, guys. Okay. Economic justice. Answer is the preamble of the DPSP. In the context of India, which of the following principles is or are employed institutionally in the parliamentary government? Members of the cabinet are members of parliament. Ministers hold the office till they enjoy confidence in the parliament. The cabinet is headed by head of the state. Select the correct answers using the codes given below. The answer is A. Cabinet is not headed by head of the state. Cabinet is headed by de facto head now. Which of the following provisions in the Constitution of India have a bearing on the education? DPSP, rural and urban local bodies, 5th schedule, 6th schedule, 7th schedule. Select the correct answers using the codes given below. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2 and 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Twenty-third question. The answer is D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Directive principles of state policy, rural and urban local bodies, fifth schedule, sixth schedule, seventh schedule, everything. Now, consider the following statements. The discussions in the third roundtable conference eventually led to the passing of Government of India Act 1935. The Government of India Act 1935 provided for establishment of an All India Federation to be based on a union of provinces of British India and princely states. Which of the following statements given above is or are correct? 24th answer is C. Looks like most people do have good strength in this polity. The right of government to impose taxes and fees is provided in which list of the constitution? Sixth schedule, seventh schedule, ninth schedule, 11th schedule. Okay, sorry guys. Don't miss these sessions. They help. Many of the interview candidates who are going now today or this week, some of good of them they're going, they know how it helps. This is a routine we've been doing from 2016. It's not new. 20th question is answer is B. Seventh schedule. Yes. Rights of the government of the union to impose taxes and fees is actually provided in the seventh schedule. Okay. Now, which schedule of the Constitution of India contains special provisions for administration and control of scheduled areas in several states? Third, fifth, seventh, ninth. 26th answer is B. Fifth schedule of the Constitution of India contains special provisions for the administration and control of scheduled areas. Yes, B, 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 B. Consider the following statements. According to Webel plan, the number of Hindu and Muslim members in the Executive Council was to be equal. Webel thought that this arrangement would have avoided the partition of India. The 2007 Prelims question. Both A and R are individually true and R is correct expression of A. Both A and R are individually true, but R is not the correct expression of A. A is true, but R is false. A is false, but R is true. '27th answer is C. A is true, but R is false. Consider the following statements. Article 371A to 371I were inserted in the Constitution of India to meet regional demands of Nagaland, Assam, Manipur, Andhra Pradesh, Sikkim, Mizoram, Arunachal Pradesh, and Goa. The Constitution of India and the United States of America envisage a dual policy, but a single citizenship. A naturalized citizen of India can never be deprived of his citizenship. Which of the following statements is or are correct? So, what will be the 28th answer? 28th answer is D, only one. Because please understand, Constitution of India, but United States allows dual citizenship. In the following quotation, we the people of India having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic, and political liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship, equality of status and opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of India. In our Constituent Assembly, this do hereby adopt, enact, and give to ourselves this constitution. There, X stands for, I mean, which date was this? 26th of January 1950, 26th day of November 1949, 26th day of January 1949. None of the above. Okay, it is 26th day of 1949, which I think Shivam Parth, Nishika, Jagdish, Aina, Arya, and Mahi. You're right. Who gave the idea of Constituent Assembly first led to the formation of Constitution for India? Swaraj Party 1934, Congress Party 1936, the Muslim League 1942, and All Parties Conference in 1946. It was Swaraj's Party 1934, which actually for the first time gave the suggestion that India needs to have a constituent assembly for the formation of Constitution of India. And also it was Swaraj's Party which insisted on this. Now, if you remember, who are the founders of Swaraj's Party, guys? Who are the founders of Swaraj's Party? And why did they form? Okay, next question. In the interim government of 1946, the Vice President of the Executive Council was Jawaharlal Nehru, Dr. S. Radhakrishnan, C. Rajagopalachari, and Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Just 1 second. Hello. నేను 3 సార్లు వాట్సాప్ పెట్టాను. Second of September 1946. It was actually Jawaharlal Nehru who was made the Vice President of the Executive Council. Which of the following statements is or are true in relation to Constituent Assembly? Assembly was based on adult suffrage. The Assembly was a result of direct election. Assembly was a multi-party body. Assembly worked through various committees. Choose the correct answers by using the code given below. 1 and 2 only, 2 and 3 only, 3 and 4 only, 1, 2, 3 and 4. बिल्कुल सही जवाब. 33 answer is C. Assembly was a multi-party body. Assembly worked through various committees. Which of the following characteristics is common between federal system of India and America? A single citizenship, 3 lists in the Constitution, dual judicial system, a federal Supreme Court for interpretation of the Constitution. A federal Supreme Court for the interpretation of the Constitution. Yes. Match list 1 with list 2 and select the correct answers using the codes given below. List 1, 3rd schedule, 4th schedule, 7th schedule, 8th schedule. Allocation of seats in Council of States, formation forms of oath or affirmations, languages, list of subject matter of laws to be made by the Parliament and by state legislatures. Check the codes. ABCD 3421, 1234, 4312, 2143. Answer is D. Yes. Bilkul. 36th question. Consider the following subjects and arrange them into sequential order as mentioned in the Constitution. The Union and its territory, the fundamental duties, the citizenship, directive principles of state policy. Select the correct answers from the codes given below. 42311, 3424, 413, 3124. बिल्कुल सही जवाब. Answer is B. Yes. 1342. Which of the following is not correctly matched? Fundamental rights USA, DPSP, Ireland, residual powers of center Australia, emergency powers in Germany. Not correctly matched. Yeah, 37 answer is C. Residual powers of center with Australia is wrong because residual powers with the center is actually a feature from Canadian Constitution. 38th question. Match the following. Match list 1 and list 2 and select the correct answers using the codes given below. Article 61, Article 67B, Article 94 and Article 90. Removal of Deputy Chairman of Rajya Sabha, impeachment of the President, removal of Vice President, removal of Speaker. ABCD. 2431, 3241, 2341, 4132. Thirty-eighth question. Answer is C. 2341. Yeah. Which of the following is not correctly matched? Public health and sanitation is a state list. Census is a union list. Allocation of seats in the Council of States is the second schedule. Anti-defection is from 10th schedule. Thirty-ninth answer. C is not correctly matched. Allocation of seats in the Council of States is not from second schedule. Second schedule primarily deals with endowments, allowances, etc. The concept of a union of states in the Indian Constitution is derived from American Declaration of Independence, the Australian Constitution, the British North American Act, the Swiss Constitution. The Union of States in the Indian Constitution. British North American Act. Which is basically the 1776 Philadelphia Constitution, which they declared that America shall be a union of states. Which of the following are enshrined in the third schedule of the Indian Constitution? Form of oath of office for a minister for the Union. Form of oath to be made by the Chief Justice of Supreme Court. Form of oath of office for the President of India. And form of oath made by a member of the Parliament. #41 answer is C, guys. 1, 2, form of oath of office for a minister of union, form of oath to be made by the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, the form of oath to be made by the member of the Parliament. Koila case is related to which schedule of the Constitution of India? Rivero Coelho case. Tyson Rubelo Coelho case. The ninth schedule. Okay. The ninth schedule. So, guys, that's about some 40 questions that we've seen today. And we will continue this session again tomorrow at 1:30. Tomorrow, I mean, how internet is. If all is fine with internet, will be on internet. And the link will be shared on my Telegram group. In Telegram, you can join me at Plus Students and also my WhatsApp group. So you can always join there, and all the details will be there. And the class link will happen tomorrow. Okay. Thank you, guys. You have a nice day. Bye bye.